Hi students! This morning I wanted to read the book called The Hat. This book is written by Jan Brett. We've read some of Jan Brett's books before. We know that we should study the illustrations and that little peekaboo window that she gives us in the illustration on each page to think about what might happen next. She gives us clues that we can use to make predictions. We also know that some of her books have patterns. We're going to read and try and see if we have a pattern in this book. The Hat by Jan Brett. Looking at this book and its illustrations, I can see that she once again has given us these peekaboo windows. I see a hat. I see some knit stockings. And I see a character. Winter was on the way. Lisa took her woolen clothes out of the chest and carried them outside. She was hanging them up in the fresh air when a strong wind blew one of her stockings off the line. Did you notice it? That's a hedgehog. We saw a hedgehog in one of her other books. Which book did we see a hedgehog in? That's right. We saw a hedgehog in the book The Mitten. Curious Hedgie found it and poked his nose in. So this is a stocking. It's not like a Christmas stocking. This is actually a sock. A stocking is an old-fashioned word for a knit sock. Lisa must have to wear these. She must live where it gets very cold in the winter. And our hedgehog's name must be Hedgie. Curious Hedgie found it and poked his nose in. When he pulled it out, the stocking was stuck on his prickles. How embarrassing, Hedgie thought. The mother hen came by with her chicks. Cackle, cackle, she clucked and laughed. What's that on your head, Hedgie? Why, it's my new hat, he told her. Isn't it beautiful? When the mother hen cocked her head as if she had an idea, and off she ran. Why did Hedgie tell the mother hen that that stocking was his new hat? What do you think might happen next? Hedgie saw the noisy gander looking down at him. Honk, honk, ho, 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 the gander laughed. Look at that. The hedgehog has flipped his gizzard. Laugh today, gander, but tomorrow when it rains, my hat will keep me dry. The gander thought for a moment, and off he ran. What pattern are you noticing? The first character that we met was Lisa, but the first animal character that we met was Hedgie. After Hedgie got stuck inside the stocking, we met a hen. That's a mother chicken. What did the mother hen do? She laughed at Hedgie, and Hedgie told her that the stocking was a hat. As soon as he said that, she thought for a moment and left. Then we met another character, the gander. That's a goose. The goose did what? Laughed at him. When he was told it was a hat, The gander thought for a minute and then left. So what pattern are we seeing, and what do you think will happen next? Maybe we will meet a... let's find out. The barn cat was watching from a tree as Hedgie tugged at the stocking. "Meow," he called down. "What a silly-looking hedgehog you are, with that thing on your head. But my ears will be warm in a snowstorm." Purred the cat, and off he ran. The farm dog and her puppies found Hedgie in a patch of brambles. "Hedgie, is that a hat you're wearing? How funny you look," she barked, and her puppies yelped and giggled. "But I'll be cozy and dry when it snows," Hedgie said. So now we've met yet another character. The character comes, asks about the hat. Hedgie says he'll be warm and dry. The animal thinks, and then the animal leaves. Let's see if that's what happens with the dog. The farm dog's ears perked up, and off she ran. What character will we meet next? And what do you think will happen? "Oink, oink," the piglet squealed. "What are you up to, Hedgie?" the mama pig asked. "Making sure my hat doesn't fall off if an icy wind blows up." "Oh, I see," said the mama pig, and off she ran. If we use our pattern to make predictions, what do you think will happen next? Are you noticing anything else about our illustrations? Have you been looking at the top Peekaboo window? There's that line where Lisa was hanging up all of her clothes to air out. Do you notice anything different about that top Peekaboo window? "Hedgie, what is that ridiculous thing on your head?" the pony snorted at Hedgie. That was the last straw. "It's my hat, of course. Don't you know that everyone should wear a hat in the winter when it's cold and snowy?" Hedgie shouted. The pony looked startled. Hedgie was usually so friendly. And off he ran. Why do you think Hedgie was not as friendly as he is normally? Why do you think he yelled? He shouted at the pony. Did you notice anything different about this Peekaboo window from the last page? Or the page before that? What do you think is happening? And what do you think will happen next? Will our pattern continue, or is this a break in the pattern? Hedgie just wanted to be alone. He was tired of everyone laughing at him, and with this thing on his head, he wouldn't even fit in his den. A den is a home for a hedgehog. It's a hole in the ground that he's dug that's very small and fits him perfectly. It's where he can be safe and warm. And he's worried because he won't fit in it with that on his head. He never meant to wear it as a hat, did he? Why is it on his head? What do you notice about these Peekaboo windows? What is in our character's hand? And what do you notice about that window at the top? What do you think is going on? Hedgie didn't see Lisa running after him, the other stocking in her hand. "Come back, you silly hedgehog," she called. Oh no, Hedgie thought. Even the girl is laughing at me. Lisa caught up and pulled her stocking off Hedgie's head. You ridiculous little hedgehog, she laughed. Don't you know that animals don't wear clothes? Hedgie headed for his den, and Lisa started back towards the clothesline. That's when she saw all of her missing woolens. All of her clothes are missing. Where are they? The animals had taken them, and each one was thinking, now I am wearing a magnificent hat. Lisa was still chasing them when Hedgie reached his den. How ridiculous they look, he thought. Don't they know that animals should never wear clothes? What was the problem in this book, and what was the solution? How did that problem get fixed? What was the pattern in this book? What happened again and again and again? I hope you enjoyed reading this book with me.